Peace everybody, back with another video. This is C-19 and your pets. I'm over here on the WebMD page that I found on Google, and this should tell you if your pets have it or not. Alright, so the first one is, can your pet get C-19? You may have heard that virus can affect animals and wondered whether your pets could get C-19 or pass the virus to you. The latest news is reassuring for everyone. So this is why the latest news is making up these stories about your pets having the virus when they really don't have it, because it's ridiculous and it's phony and you really can't believe what they're telling you. Viruses are a large family of viruses. Some cause illness in people, and some, like canine and feline viruses, affect only animals. So yeah, it only affects animals, but then you would have to prove it. The C-19 is a large family of viruses. Now, us humans, we have over 260 viruses in us, and our immune system fights them off every day. Alright, and some cause illnesses in people. So like if you're getting a common cold or the common flu maybe once or twice a year, that's nothing. Really, it's nothing. It's just common cold and common flu. That's all it is. But it doesn't mean that you have the C-19, because the viruses in your body mutates whenever it wants to. And of course, the news like to exaggerate. And there's like canine or feline viruses infect only animals. So if that's true, then why haven't they proven it? In rare cases, a virus jumps from animals to humans. This is though to have happened for the virus that causes C-19, as well as two other types of deadly viruses: Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, in other words, MERS, and Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome, which is SARS. All three originated in bats, but the viruses that can affect dogs and cats are not the same viruses linked to C-19. So, I mean, yeah, the MERS, the SARS, they're respiratory syndrome. That's all they are. All three originated in bats. Well, but the one thing don't you dare doing is eating bat soup, because that's disgusting, and I cringe at bat soup. Scary. Scary thought of that. But the viruses that can affect dogs and cats are not the same viruses linked to C-19. So it's a whole different story. It's a whole different thing here. Can dogs get the virus? There are a few reports from outside the United States of dogs being affected. Experts believe that the pets caught the new virus from close contact with people who had it. Really? I find that one hard to believe, even though the reports from outside the United States of dogs being affected. Yeah, dogs can get infected, but it's not because of the C-19 virus. It's not because of that. It could be something else. It could be anything. Can cats get the virus? A few cats have reportedly tested positive for C-19 after they came into contact with people who were infected. They include pet cats outside the United States and a tiger at a zoo in New York. Well, first of all, the tiger is in the United States. So how can it get infected if it's in the United States, in the Bronx Zoo? There's no way that can happen. If there's nobody around and only the zookeepers who are their caretakers, they're the only ones around, and no visitors, no anything, how is it possible for a tiger to get the C-19 virus? They can't, because the tigers are out in open spaces all the time, and this is why the mainstream media cannot be trusted, because they switch the narrative around. As soon as you tell the mainstream media, oh, the tiger don't have the virus, the mainstream media is going to go and switch it around. Well, this lady told me, well, the cat had the virus. Really? After the lady told the mainstream media the cat don't have virus. What's wrong with this picture? This is why the mainstream media is evil. Early studies have found that cats are the animals most likely to catch the new virus. They can also show symptoms of C-19 and might be able to pass it to other cats. Well, that's not true, because unless you could find proof of that, then I would believe it. But at this time, I don't believe it. I really don't, because your pet cats love you, your pet dogs love you, and yet they're trying to say, oh, well, your cats have the virus? Really? No. Are any other types of pets at risk? Ferrets can catch the virus and might give it to other ferrets, but poultry and pigs don't appear to be at risk. Also, cute little ferrets. Yes, they do love the shiny stuff, and they'll go hide it so you can't find it anywhere. Ferrets can catch the virus and might give it to other ferrets. How is that even possible? How is that even possible? Ferrets are social creatures. They love being around each other. They love to play together. They love crawling on their owners. They hide shiny stuff like your keys or anything else that's shiny. They'll hide anything that you got shiny around them. Poultry and pigs don't appear to be at risk. So, well, of course not, because how can pigs and poultry be at risk for it? They're the pigs are the most cleanest animal ever, and I know poultry's like chicken, turkeys. I know they're messy birds and that, but still, come on. Alright, can I get virus from my pets? Okay, here's where it says there's no evidence that pets can spread C-19 to people or that they might be a source of infection. So there's no evidence of it. And this is coming from the WebMD. They said there's no evidence that pets can spread C-19 to people or they might be a source of infection. So there's no proof of it. There's no evidence of it. No matter how hard you try to look for it, nothing. So they couldn't find evidence of it, that your pets could spread the C-19 to people. They couldn't find any evidence. So this is why the mainstream media had took advantage of the narrative and say, oh, well, your pets can affect you with this. Really? After the WebMD said there's no evidence that pets can spread C-19 to people or they might be a source of infection, I'd rather believe the WebMD before I do the mainstream media. Can my pet get tested for C-19? If your pet is sick, your veterinarian will check for more common conditions first. The U.S. Department of Agriculture advises against wilder animals testing for the virus. Local, state, and federal officials will decide whether a pet needs a C-19 test and choose a specialist to do it. Talk to your vet if you have questions or concerns. Alright, so if your pet is sick, they will do the common conditions first, the usual stuff like check for uh, ringworms and other stuff. Those are the common conditions first. Ringworms, fleas, ticks, whatever, Lyme disease, whatever the pets have. So those will be the common sources first to check for. And of course, the U.S. Department of Agriculture advises against wilder animals, like skunks, squirrels, deer, bear, any wild animal. And they're against wilder animal testing for the virus. Local, state, and federal officials will decide whether a pet needs a C-19 test and choose a specialist to do it. So take your pet to the vet, and if you ask them if your pet has the C-19 virus, they will check for common conditions first, and then the vets will decide if the local, state, and federal officials will decide whether a pet needs a C-19 virus test or not. So be cautious of that. How to protect both you and your pet. If no one in your household has symptoms of C-19, you don't have to do anything different. You can go for walks with your pets, feed them, and play with them. Yeah, that's all you can do. If no one in your household has symptoms of C-19, you have nothing to worry about, really. You can take your dogs for a walk. It's okay. It's safe. You can feed them and play with them as well. So yeah, your pets are extremely safe around people. So if nobody has the symptoms, so it's fine to touch your pet's fur. The virus is more likely to survive and spread on countertops and doorknobs. Your pet fur is thought to absorb and trap germs. Yeah, so petting your cat, petting your dog, it's fine to touch their fur. It's okay. The virus is more likely to survive and spread on countertops and doorknobs, while your pet fur is thought to absorb and trap germs. So, say like if you're petting your cat or petting your dog, it's okay. And it's fine. They can absorb and trap germs because animals and humans both share the same viruses. Just remember that all animals still carry other germs that can make you sick, so it's important to practice good hygiene with them. This will also reduce any risk of spreading C-19. Here's how. Wash your hands after you pet them, feed them, or handle their waste. Get rid of their poop, whether it's in the house, yard, or another public spot. Don't kiss them or let them lick you. When your pet comes in from outside, wipe their paws with a paw cleaner or paw wipes. Clean their food and water bowls, bedding, and toys regularly. If your pet seems sick, for example, with a hacking cough, call your vet. There are other diseases like kennel cough that can cause coughing and wheezing. If you can take walks with your dog, exercise is important for both humans and canines. Check local rules to make sure certain spaces like hiking trails and parks are open and that there aren't curfews. Follow social distancing measures by walking your dog in less crowded areas. So they saying to avoid getting anything from your pet is like wash your hands, get rid of their poop, don't kiss them or let them lick you. My cats don't even lick me, so they know not to. They'll just smell me. That's all my cats will do. When your pet comes in from outside, wipe their paws with a paw cleaner or paw wipes. Clean their food and water bowls, bedding, toys regularly. Um, if your pet seems sick, like hacking cough, kennel cough, um, that can cause coughing and wheezing, call your vet if there's something wrong with your pet. If you can take walks with your dog, exercise is important for humans and canines. So you are allowed to walk your dog. And what the mainstream media is saying, oh, you can't walk your dog. Oh, yeah? Really? Where does it say that at? Follow social distancing measures by walking your dog in less crowded areas. So if there's like other dogs around or whatever, well, like I said, the social distancing is ridiculous. So if you have symptoms of C-19, stay in a separate room away from others. This includes pets. So if you have symptoms of the C-19, which is a common cold or a common flu, I'm sorry, that's nothing. Excuse me. They're saying staying in a separate room away from others. This includes pets. So if you're sick, you got to stay in another room away from pets too. Really? It'd be kind of impossible to do because your pets would want to see you and see how you're doing. Because pets do have an instinct, a sense when they know something is wrong with their owners. So they know what the owners are going through. Have someone else in your home take care of your pets. If you live alone, wash your hands before and after you feed them. Don't pet, hug, or kiss them, or let them lick you. So if you live alone, yeah, wash your hands before and after you feed them. Don't pet, hug, or kiss them, or let them lick you. So, I mean, a lot of people's cats will lick their face or whatever, and their dogs lick the owner's face, but don't let them because you don't know what they have until you get them vaccinated with the regular vaccines like they're supposed to be having. You can snuggle safely with them again once. It's been at least a week since your symptoms started. Your symptoms are better. You've had 3 days in a row of no fever without using fever reducing medicines. So you can snuggle safely with them again once it has been a week. Your symptoms are better, and if you had 3 days in a row of no fever, then it's okay to have your pets around you. So this is the WebMD that is saying all this, and this is from, I forgot what year it was, but this is their page, and they will tell you the truth. Because you can't believe what the mainstream media is telling you at all. So it's kind of hard to believe the mainstream media when they don't even know what they're talking about, because it's all nonsense and gibberish they're talking about. So just don't believe anything they tell you. The Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, CBS, NBC, and all that, because they're all fake news. They're evil. They're not giving you the whole truth about anything. So they're just leaving parts out here and there because they want their agenda to fit them, just what they want you to hear. So that's all they want to do. Leave your comments below. I am out.